Hey everybody, I am Bubba13 and thanks for tuning into episode 11 of GoldenEye with Bubba. Today we are playing on the map known as Archives, and I got a nice little team conflict match. Unfortunately, this team conflict, there was only like 3 against 3, so this will sort of be a long video, but I have a lot to talk about in this video, and I'm going to basically explain a little bit about the classes of the shotguns in terms of like what's the best types of shotguns to use. And I know probably people are going to complain because from what I've known about the shotguns are a pretty doozy, because many people have some issues with the shotguns in this game as being overpowered and such. But anyways, let's get started with the first shotgun, which is the Sly 2000 shotgun. From what I've noticed from the Sly shotgun, like damage wise, it's pretty goddamn good. Like they really increased some of the damage potential from the very first GoldenEye, from the Wii version, of course. But the Sly is by far a little bit more damage boost in that category, but it is a little bit lacking of accuracy and range, and the rate of fire is just really slow. So you're probably not going to be using as much as the Sly, as I never really do. Sly shotgun has no attachments. Most of the shotguns will have attachments, like the PT, for instance, has the reflex sight. That's the only shotgun that allows attachments, I guess, just because it has a little bit more better accuracy. But Sly has a little bit less accuracy, but no attachments is included. So there you go. The next one, of course, is the one I am currently using, which is the SEGS 550. SEGS 550 is by far one of my favorites because I like using this a lot more than the Sly. It's got a little bit better rate of fire. Range is a little bit better too. Accuracy wise, it's a little bit good. It was really good in the Wii version especially, and I love using that in the Wii more than in this game. I don't know, I like to switch around between the Drumhead and the SEGS a little bit, just because I like to level up all my guns, and I've already leveled up all the points for SEGS and PT, but I just like to go back because it's still one of my favorite guns, especially. There's no attachments, like I said, for most of the shotguns. This one doesn't have attachments, but overall, SEGS is probably going to be the one that you will most likely stick to. I see a lot of people use the SEGS most of the time, but that's a little bit of that. The next gun, which is the PT9 shotgun. Surprisingly, the PT is everyone's favorite, in my opinion, because everyone usually likes using the PT. I see a variety of people using it in such close combat in such small maps like this one, for instance. PT actually does some work, I have to say. I gotta be honest, when I unlocked it, I spent a majority of my time playing with the PT. It's got pretty good damage. Accuracy's been improved, and they added the reflex sight just to improve the accuracy. The range is really decent. The rate of fire is still a little bit slow, but PT, I really just have a tie between SEGS and PT at the moment. I can't really decide like which one's my favorite. So PT is still my second favorite, I would say, but PT is most likely going to be your second pick afterwards. The next gun you get is the Drumhead. Damage wise, it's dropped a little bit. The Drumhead shotgun has a little bit of accuracy. The range is very improvement. Rate of fire is really fast on this one, so that's more of a fast shotgun pick for those of you who like to use it for close combat and action. So I would probably pick the Drumhead if you're in like a situation where there's a lot of people in like conflict games and some other modes. But I usually use the Drumhead at some point for conflict games. But Drumhead is my third favorite pick, I would say. And last but not least, which I'm pretty much gonna rage about all the time, and it is the Masterton shotgun, which is by far the best shotgun in the game. The damage on this is ridiculous. I have no idea how intense this gun is in this version. I mean, I have picked up the Masterton before in the Wii version. It's still pretty decent, but in this version, it's just broken as hell. And that's one of the things I would just complain about all the time whenever I face someone with the Masterton. Like, picking that gun up, you're pretty much just gonna win a game, most likely. If you're really good at this game and you have the Masterton unlocked, that's pretty much all they ever use for higher levels. And it can get a little bit annoying, and I must agree with that. Especially if you're like some matches where, you know, in conflict games, there's majority of like level 50 people are using Mastertons and such higher weapons, and it's just unfair. It's ridiculous. Like, accuracy is really good, range is superb, rate of fire is just, it's a semi-automatic shotgun, so it fires like crazy, and it just dominates everything. I don't care if you're using like body armor or anything to protect you, you're pretty much just gonna get annihilated with that gun. I heed you warning. So that's really like just powerful. And like some of the things they did with this game, I noticed some updates have occurred, but I don't really know any different changes to this. Like, I don't know if there's been any buffs. I mean, I would like to see some buffs. Like, that's one of the main things people complained about this game, is buffing the shotguns. And if any of you agree with me, then that's mostly the case that I have, you know, just my own opinion about the shotguns. And I barely use them in some matches, but for archives especially, I see a lot of people using shotguns, and it can get a little bit rough. But you know, it's annoying to say, like, if you're just killing each other all the time, then it's just gonna get fun. The fun's just gonna get sucked out of. So I like to switch it up most of the time between this map. But close combat is most likely the case in this level, because the majority of people are using shotguns. Everyone is using shotguns. I mean, especially in the Wii version too. You have no idea how many people I faced in the Wii version that had shotguns. But it was pretty rough. But anyways, so that's all the shotguns. Now let's just quickly get back into the gameplay. I got a really high score because of the shotgun, and I'm not gonna lie, it is just crazy. And I surprisingly do pretty good. Like, overall, I know I die a lot most of the time, but archives is archives. What can I say? So I'm just kind of like, you know, my favorite place to like kind of run around is the second floor, because the majority of people are gonna be camping in like team conflicts. They're gonna be camping in this one room, and you're always gonna get like screwed over if you do that. If you ever head over to this side where I'm at, and that's where like a lot of people are usually around. Some people are like below you. Some people are like the spot where I'm at. So that's archives in a nutshell. But I do have lots of fun. This is still like one of my favorite maps, I would say. But the only issue with this is it's really small, and there's going to be a lot of people using shotguns most likely. So you can expect that whenever you get this game. I think I'm currently at level 35, if I'm not mistaken, when I last recorded this. And I'm still prestiged in the first level. So recently I've been thinking about doing a little series, and I've been kind of thinking about switching over to the Wii version, and I'll probably make another video about that later on. But that is the end of the game. We do really good. There's only 3 people in this game, so small but interesting map. And that's about it. So the next week I'll be talking about, I believe the only thing we have left is the special class. There's not really much to say, but I'll leave it to you for that. Until then, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. See you guys later.